Aloha all. This is Araya, the Gaia Guardian. I haven't made a video in a while, but I'm about to embark on a Gene Keys portal class that is I'm going to be bringing forth once a week so that we can travel with the energies of the Gene Keys. And so I had made a video, probably well over a year ago now, on the 41st gene key, and it has just started transiting again today. And because I knew I was going to be starting in this gene key, I've definitely been feeling it and really working with it and playing with it for the last week or so, but really for years, this particular gene key, because it is my life's purpose. So it's always been alive within me in one aspect or another, a lot of my life in the shadow. And the 41st gene key is really, it's the shadow of fantasy. It's living in our heads. It's living in escapism, essentially. And so before I go into it, I just want to say, can just ground together. It doesn't matter when you're watching this, we're in the field. And so we're always attuning together in that timeless state. And so before we even start talking, before you even start watching this video, if you can just take a breath and almost pull all of your energy back into your body, really attune to this present moment. Regardless of what's going on in your life, can you just ground into the moment fully? And we can do that by breathing and feeling, if you have access to outside, to put your feet on the ground, to really ground in to Mother Earth and to feel that energy below your feet. To breathe and feel the pulsing of the heartbeat of Mother Gaia that is already moving within you, pulling you into the here and now, taking all of your energy into this present moment and actually attuning to what is happening within your inner universe right here, right now, in complete totality. Anything that is on your to-do list, anything that's troubling or challenging you, can you let it just drop? And feel the breeze and the presence of the moment. Feel the heartbeat of Gaia attuning to you under the sole of your foot. And letting yourself just come into a deep, centered place. As if your heartbeat is the beating of a drum and you're slowing it down. Noticing any noises or sounds around you. The breeze, the birds, the buzzing, even a car or a saw, whatever it is. And just feeling that vibration of that, whatever noise it is within you. And letting everything in. So as you breathe, as if you're taking everything into your body and then letting everything go in the out breath. And just feeling what is alive, what is tense, what is contracted. All sensation and just observing it and letting it be. Letting yourself empty of all thought, of all need to do. Can you just be with what is? So as we enter this 41st gene key that is transiting, is coming into transit today, and will be transiting in these energies for the next 6 days. We want to feel into the shadow of fantasy in this 41st gene key, which is known as the start codon. It is the key to our inner universe that unlocks all the doors within our DNA and opens us to the infinite space of consciousness, of the all that is. You see, when we move into states of fantasy, we are in effect leaving our body. We are not present to what is, but rather what would make us feel better. How can we distract ourselves out of the present moment and daydream about a better experience, about another manifestation, about how our life would be better if. What does it look like, feel like, sound like, taste like to take in the moment fully and digest it? So the shadow of fantasy has really revealed another layer of itself to me, not only in the past 48 hours, but in the past months, which is why I'm doing an addition to this gene key. Because for me, it's my life's purpose. So it's such a part of who I am and what I am here to do and bring and emanate. And so the shadow of fantasy, as it has opened itself up wider to me, has shown me how it's like that fantasy it holds a subtle vibration of fear within it. The fear of not wanting to be fully here now, of not wanting to be fully present with what is. That if I can daydream or fantasize, I can evoke a feeling inside me that helps me to feel better in the moment. And it's because of the subtle fear that permeates through it, it doesn't allow us to be with what is. And there's so much talk about like manifestation. And we can't manifest if we're not in our body, because what it is that we want to manifest, we want to bring into this reality. So we need to create a structure for it. And we cannot create a structure for anything if we're not fully in our bodies. And so this shadow of fantasy it's so beautiful in so many ways, because it is a seed of a dream within us that actually, if we can penetrate down to the core of it, if we can see what's underneath the manifestation of the house or the car or the person, we can see what really is asking us to bring forth, to actually create that container within us. So, as an example, Richard uses this example, and I love it, is often we want to manifest a partner. Sexuality is a big one, right? This need for this deep union with another through our sexuality, which there can be very much a craving for that. And if we succumb to the craving, what will happen is we'll go out and we'll seek that experience in order to kind of manifest that reality. And what you find is that desire nature, that hunger that then you can satisfy for a moment, very quickly after you get that, another desire will pop up. There'll be this moment of like filling the emptiness, feeling the fullness of it, and then emptying out again, and then another desire coming in its place, or the wanting to continue to hold or grasp that moment and not let it go. And so fantasy can really become, it becomes very much an energy drain on our body. It like sucks the life force from us because we're not attuned and present to what is. And I can hear the shifting of the bamboo that's beside me. And the bamboo talks to me. It's got such a beautiful voice. And it shows me how to be flexible, how to move with the currents of the wind, and how to allow that bending without breaking for whatever happens to be present in the moment. You know, fantasy holds this beautiful alchemy within it, because if you watch the other video, you'll understand what a stark codon is. Stark codon in this ring of origin is the master key that opens up the infinite potential that we have in our DNA, the body that is this quantum computer, that we have all of the software to create the program from inside us. But so often we don't actually unlock that program, the ability to write that program, because we're so busy living the program that's already been downloaded within us from our society and our culture. So we move into the state of fantasy, trying to unconsciously create all of the things around us that we think bring us safety, that we think bring us pleasure, that we believe will bring us a state of feeling safe and fulfilled. And often it doesn't, because often it's not the truth of what we actually are needing or wanting, because we haven't found the piece of ourself that is connected to the wholeness of source and source consciousness that actually wants to be born from within us. So if we stay in the shadow of fantasy, we often live a very unfulfilled life with moments of pleasure, but never really finding the authentic expression that wants to be born forth from us. You know, and this morning as I was meditating on this key, as I'm getting ready to enter this guidance for the gene key portals and how to access them within us, I had a recognition of the fear that I was holding in my body around, can I convey this? Do I know enough? Have I memorized enough? Can I deliver something that people are really going to get something from? And all of these ways that the mind was provoking me to like learn more, to like get more knowledge, to fill myself up with every word that I want to say. And, you know, it was revealed to me by this key that I need to actually step into the fear of the unknown and trust the inner voice of this key. And that's what will be the key that turns the lock, that releases the alchemy of the anticipation field, which is the gift field. It's the letting go and allowing the fear to be there, even as I fantasize about what everyone should get out of this course, out of this teaching. And when I allow the fear to be there and step forth and just begin to speak my own experience from my heart and let myself move into that field of the gift of anticipation while the fear is still present, trusting the voice of my heart that is connected, because the gift of anticipation opens our consciousness to the field of potential, to the morphogenic field, to the Akashic ocean, to the vaster state of consciousness, so that I can bring in the creation of this bamboo, of this land, of these trees, of these flowers. And I can move from my state of fantasizing about what something should be and actually be in the real, authentic energy of what is here and now. And when I allow that fear to be there and just let the ocean of consciousness pour through, it actually doesn't matter what word that I say, because it is the energy, the emanation, the vibration behind the words that I am letting Mama Gaia and God source consciousness pouring out of my heart to you. And you are me. And so therefore I am swimming in this Akashic ocean with consciousness. And I'm allowing the anticipation within that field to show me what message is the most potent expression for now, for the collective, rather than the fear of what my personal identification wants to convey to you. And can I move into life? Can we as one move into this collective way of being, letting the authentic moment of all life speak through us, allowing the expression of life in the moment, and letting whatever is present, whether it's fear, whether it's uncertainty, whether it's unworthiness, whether it's joy, whether it's ecstasy, whether it's bliss, what wants to move through right now. So swimming in this ocean of anticipation while letting the fear still be present and letting faith move through. And so in this field of anticipation, this morphogenic field, there is an infinite, vast array of all possibility. It's as if the field opens and there is timelessness that exists. So there is a connection to all of the great masters that have come before, that have laid and anchored the foundations of these teachings that I can let move through. And simultaneously, there is the beautiful souls that are coming in, the future generations that have access to this present now moment through my heart. And I can allow that energy to speak without having any preconceived notion of what it has to be. And right, isn't that pure conception? See, this key is the dilemma of planning. If I am to plan out what I think this key should be and what I think people need to know or learn or receive from me, that is the shadow state. That is the ego that wants to make itself feel worthy. But if instead I can trust the flow of the heart of creation and the one soul that we are all incarnations of, then the most beautiful seeds can be planted in each one of us. And they can bloom and they can sprout and they can grow with the nourishment of our intention. And the only intention before coming into making this was the intention that I get out of my own way and not plan and not succumb to my dilemma of planning it all out. What can alchemize and come forth if I instead lean into trust and faith with the anticipation that I can feel the energy of this key moving through, and therefore am able to anchor in the true vibration of this genius and this gift as my life's work, that I can trust the field to deliver whatever it is that is needed in the moment. I can be that which is needed. So from fantasy to anticipation to the state, acidic, enlightened state of emanation. What is emanation? That which cannot be spoken is emanation. That which contains the conception of the whole of creation within its quantum seed. That microcosm which contains the wholeness, the holiness of all things, that which cannot be spoken or contained, is the emanation. And the only way the emanation can come in is if you allow the self, the separate self, to be dissolved, to be annihilated, to completely release who you think you are. And let the magic of consciousness move through you. So what does it look like if you let go of all plans to sit in the center of that which is needed and trust the moment and trust the direction and the word and the touch and the creation and the artfulness that comes from the not knowing? All the pressure goes when I don't need to know. When I breathe as all life and all consciousness, that which needs to come through automatically manifests itself. It's pure. There's no one mind of my personality that needs to know anything, be anything, express anything from a place of the intellect. I can emanate that which creation is called to embody in the moment. The totality of all things, the start codon, the ring of origin, the beginning of all of it. And within the DNA sits that code of origin. Within every cell and every strand of DNA, there is a light code that is the original template of creation. And so when we let go of all notion of trying to plan, we can actually let pure creation flow through us in every moment and watch the support, witness and observe while using our hands, our voice, and our bodies as we are called to emanate what source creation is desiring to manifest in the collective field. There is no greater gift or vibratory state than letting go of your individualized expression in order to be of service to the whole. And in that, there will be an individual expression, paradoxically, that is in service to the all. And so beautiful masterpieces and genius will move through the vessel, but it will not be the persona or personality that is creating it. It will be the energy, the emanation of source, using your vessel, your hands, your eyes, and your mouth to convey whatever is needed in the moment. And so the start codon, the 41st gene key, which is so deeply tied to the wisdom of our ancestors and the wisdom of those to come, is using our vessels in service to all creation right now. So there actually is no need to plan. You can make your small plans, what you're going to have for dinner, what you're going to wear, who you're going to see, but the bigger plans need you to let go. They need you to surrender. The visions, my big vision, having community, having temples, seeing how the new earth wants to template these communities, and yet Earth, Gaia, Mother, consciousness has its own unfolding. So I need to release my grasp on what the vision actually looks like, because it is not my ego that is in service to creation of the vision. It is this vessel that is allowing the creation to let go, release all of the structure of the mind, and allow the heart to open enough, to open fully, so that I can step into how the magnetics of my cells are bringing in exactly the medicine and the alchemy that's needed in the moment, and then using my hands, my head, and my heart to begin to create that vision that is not mine. It is for the collective. As the collective, as source consciousness moves through us and annihilates the ego identities need to grasp on to what something looks like or its time frame, to release into the timelessness of divine timing, and to let go of the mind's conceived structure, and yet energetically understand that you are already the structure of light for which all will be made manifest through. So, if this sounds like a journey that you want to take into the great unknown, into really the heart of your fear, and allow the alchemy to happen, and allow the transcendence of the mind into the heart of creator consciousness, the gene keys are an extremely potent technology to let it move through, to let it activate within you, to open yourself up to the emanation of the divine conception, the golden seed, the divine inheritance that is all things. And simultaneously, it's nothing. Simultaneously, we're living in a dream of separateness. You know, the emanation, the city of emanation, which is this spontaneous happening of light pouring into our DNA that literally breaks apart the construct of reality as we know it and lets God, heaven, be one with Gaia, Earth, the cosmos, and the galaxy. It's a grand and divine dream. It's a play. It's a divine comedy, and it's beautiful, you know, and we are becoming the conduits through which Mother, Father, God is working through us, if we can let go. If we can let go, the group consciousness that we actually are incarnated as will begin to ignite. And that's the truth of what's happening. And there's very few words. You know, language itself tends to contain, it creates a container for something that cannot be contained because it's so much vaster than that. It's vaster than the mind. You know, the word infinity, eternity, you know, it still encapsulates something that the mind truly can't grasp, but the heart can. The heart that is in pure presence, broken and shattered open to the infinite, is truly the only thing, the one that can contain the all. So I hope that this has brought some new, deeper inquiries and contemplations into your heart, into your body, into the infinite light codes that exist within you, that each one of us in our own and unique way are activating. And it is the coming together that is spirit calling to my heart that is necessary right now, because we are catalyzing one another. When we come together, we infinitely propel one another into vaster states of being. It's why we're all weaving this together. There is no singularity. Well, there paradoxically, there is a singularity that contains all in unity. And we are one unified, infinite consciousness, here to dance in what it is to pretend that we are separate. But that's the epoch that is coming to a close, this notion of the emanation being the Ouroboros. You know, it's like through all of this evolution and involution, the involution of spirit coming into our forms, the evolution of our form moving back into spirit, this infinite serpent eating its own tail. But there is an ending coming, and it's the ending of the separate self. And it's the eternal movement of consciousness creating more form, more experience, more beauty, more unity. And it's infinite and it's endless. And if even one word that I have said has even conveyed a drop in the ocean of what emanation is, then it is activating the start codon within you. And the key is being etherically gifted to you. So move into the state and just question the things that you fantasize about. What actually is underneath them? What is the foundation of what you're truly seeking in that fantasy? And be radically truthful. Because as long as you are trying to fantasize or manifest something for the separate self, you will never feel truly fulfilled. To feel for the fulfillment of the emanation is to let all consciousness penetrate you to the point of orgasmic annihilation of the separate self. I will put a link below if you want to join us on this Gene Keys Portals journey. There is also acupuncture points on the body that are portals into each one of these keys that you can energetically work with in order to strengthen that particular flavor, perfume of that gene key. And it will continue to open up within you in the most miraculous ways, with epiphanies and breakthroughs. And we are doing this together, family. You know, I don't know what I don't know. And yet I'm here for the dance of it all, the expression of it all, the divine play, and just saying yes, even when my personality is wondering what the hell I'm doing. But I'm here for it, you know, and that has been my devotion, to use my vessel as an expression for the divine source in whatever way is needed. And so all I'm doing is showing up in service, in love, in trust, and in faith to this ever-evolving divine story of consciousness. Thank you, Gaia Guardians. It has been an absolute gift and a pleasure to connect with so many incredible beings on this platform. You know, I don't have a channel that a lot of people watch. I am not an influencer by any means. However, I know that there's an energy that moves through sometimes that touches the hearts and souls of others. So that's why I keep doing this, because it touches my heart and soul to feel you, to hear your reflections, to be of whatever service that I can in order to see the evolution of the collective in service to one another and in service to more love. So much love, and I'll see you all soon.